Hello, I'm here to answer a few questions regarding the wonderful database that you see me promoting on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Some questions I've received are, what is the name of this wonderful startup? Proudly, I named it the Black Women's Business Collective. Let me repeat that again. It's known as the Black Women's Business Collective, a collective gathering of Black women business owners in the United States, segmented by region and by NAICS code. If you don't know what that is right now, I'm going to fill you in a little bit later. But it is the North American Industry Classification System. 9 times out of 10, the products and services that you're selling fall into a bucket. That doesn't mean that you're not unique. It just means that in order for people to identify what you do and the services that you provide, you need to be separated by industry, right? When music is separated by genre, right? You have R&B, you have rock, you have bluegrass, you have all these different genres of music, but they all fall under music. So think about it that way when it comes to business. You have to have industries so you can be classified. That's what this database is about. You are going to be able to gain exposure and amplify what you do through the methods of segmenting your region and also your industry. And we know that those industries can be broken down into subsectors, and that's fine, but you do need to be classified by an industry. And that's how people are going to be able to really gain knowledge of what it is that you offer. I am so excited to say that we will be launching this database really soon. And I know you all want a date, and I think that's great, right? Because I would be the same way. I want to make sure that this is right. There are many, many pages out there, websites, databases that claim to house Black-owned businesses. And what they're doing is great. There are some that just pull from other websites. They have Google Docs. All these great things are going on. And I definitely applaud them for that. But there is one market that I see that no one is really giving it the time and dedication that it deserves. And that is Black women business owners. We are the fastest growing business owners in the United States. We don't have the revenue, okay? There are some. There's always unicorns, right? But for the most part, a lot of Black women-owned businesses do not dominate revenue the way they could, essentially saying that they're not leveling up the way they could, right? And maybe it's because we need access. We already know that. We need access, but we need resources. We need allies. We need to be able to collectively gather and say, here we are. That's what the Black Women Business Collective is. This gathering is going to be beautiful, something like you've never seen before. I've been getting a lot of inquiries about that too. Like, hey, I've seen this, or hey, someone else has, a doc, or someone else is writing a book about it. And that's fine. That's the point of collectively gathering. We can pool our resources. That's what we need to do. Maybe, just maybe, if you have a business, you're an event planner, right? And maybe your homie down the street does balloons and you do centerpieces and someone else does signage. That's not my lane. So if I'm messing it up, you can correct me, that's fine. But instead of vying for the contract all by yourself to host someone's wedding, and then this person gets the business and that person gets the business, you can collectively gather, offer your services, 3 separate businesses, but you partner together to get these contracts on a grander scale, right? And work out the money, and that's another thing. But what I want you to know is that there is a reason that the Black Women's Business Collective is going to gather all of us so we can be recognized and we can learn, because there is a lot to learn out there. There are a lot of you that may not know what these industry codes are. I'm telling you, you fall into one of those industries. And it's important that we keep this message going. You stick with me and understand that I am in this with you as well. I am a proud Black women business owner, and I work with some really awesome people. And I've been picking up the phone saying, hey, you got to help me out with this. What are we going to do? And I have a team that's like fired up and they're ready to go. So I'm so excited to introduce the Black Women's Business Collective to you. I ask that you continue to share. We've had hundreds of shares of the submission form. The database is growing, already 800 plus of self-submit. That's not including the public businesses that are going on the list as well. And I encourage you to keep this going. Let's collectively gather. We all know that we want to make our money and we have our separate businesses, and that's all good. Let's gather. I'm like tongue-tied. Let's gather and let's be great. Let's scale up. Let's give each other resources and information that is necessary for us to grow. And if you look back in my Instagram and my Facebook, you'll notice that I posted something that came out of American Express. It was a, they did some research, and they said that although African American owned women businesses are growing at an alarming rate, like just lack of a better word, that I didn't mean alarming, but it's growing at such a vast rate. That's awesome, right? We're not leveling up when it comes to revenue. The average revenues were at $66,000. You can become an executive assistant somewhere and make $66,000. Let's keep it real. We go into business because we really want to scale, right? We want to work for ourselves. We want freedom, right? We want that. We need that. We deserve that. I argue that we would deserve that. And I am pushing so many women who have not been thinking about multiple streams of income or just selling something on the side, whatever you want to call it. I have been pushing them for years. And if you really know me, this is my deal. And I want you all to just stick with me and stick with the Black Women's Business Collective. Share it widely. Connect with me. Talk to me. I always tell people on Facebook, hey, you want to follow me on Instagram with these follow trains? It's dope. I get it. We all want to boost numbers, I guess. I'm not really impressed by numbers. However, if this is what we're doing, really engage, really connect, really be a collective gathering so we can all scale up, so we can all learn from one another. You would be amazed what my DMs look like regarding many women that are asking questions. Well, how do I do this? How do I do that? And a lot of the information is there, but it's so vast and no one really puzzles it together for us. So this is something, I will take this from Dave and Jean. This is for us, by us, and we need the allyship. So if you also follow me and you're like, how can I help out? You can help out by many ways, and just send me a DM or send me an email, ZanedaMan@gmail or Zaneda@thegrandreset.com, and we can talk, and I can tell you the many ways that you can be an ally, you can support, you can help someone, hell, even if it's a job and you help level them up. We are looking for support. We really do need the support from everyone. So again, my Black sisters, please enter your businesses. If you don't have a website, no worries, no judgment here. We all start somewhere. I didn't have a website. I still to this day don't have a business card. And I'm way past 10 years in the industry, and I've gone through multiple business cards that meant nothing to anyone, especially when social media blew up and LinkedIn blew up. It was like, what do you need a business card for? If you're in an industry that you need a business card, do your thing. But I want you to know, even if you don't have a website, it's okay. We can gather tools for you so you can understand how you can get a free website. Don't let anybody bash you talking about if you do a free Shopify store, it doesn't seem professional. Man, forget all that. Get yourself out there, do what you're passionate about, sell what you want, and let's do this. So the Black Women's Business Collective is here for you, and I thank you all for your support. Black, white, whoever, I thank you all.